good afternoon. Welcome to Ricardo's Crossing. I've just watched several VRs and plus Jeff from Tattoo Spirit, his Who I Desire to Be spread. So I thought I would do a VR myself. Amazing videos out there from some amazing souls who really let themselves be quite vulnerable as they shared their spreads. So it's sort of given me an inspiration. Now, most of you know that I'm working with my Native American Tarot from Magda Gonzalez. I'm doing the Fool's Journey Challenge as well, and I've been using it for other bits and pieces because I really want to get back into working with the teachings. So even though I'm going to write down, whoops, I thought I had a pen on me, write down my cards so that I can reflect, and my first initial thoughts, so I can reflect on this as we go. I'm going to journal it, and I think that's really important, that we don't just do it and then brush it aside, but we actually journal it and allow ourselves to digest the cards as we move through our day, our week, our month, or as we go through our journey. Really important. So, Who I Desire to Be. I will link the original Jeff's video down below, and there are others. If you click on the tag Who I Desire to Be, of course you'll get a lot more into it. So card 1 and 2, we're going to think about the current situation, who I desire to be, and the current situation with card 1 and 2. So let's do that, card 1 and 2. Card 1 and 2. Interesting. So card 1 was the One of Pipes. Okay, One of Pipes. So card 1, One of Pipes. And to me that's definitely new beginnings. So the current situation is definitely about some new beginnings in regards to maybe creative energy. Creative energy. It's interesting. So I feel it's one of creative energy. It's definitely some even though it's pipes, which is about creativity and desires and passion and that sort of thing, enterprises, events, I feel like, and because it's one, aces, I feel like it's new ideas, new thoughts in regards to these, new ideas, new thoughts in regards to creative projects. So, and card number 2 is 17, the stars. This is quite a different card, I think, than a lot of traditional. So card number 2 is the stars. Sorry, just re-looking at One Pipes again, because you see there's like a rug or a blanket, and I feel like that's important. With an image, so I just write that down, knowing that I actually in the smoke, so that I can go back and have a look at that. And I think, right, the stars, we see a spider, and she's creating her web. Okay, so she's creating her web. So for me, it feels like a sense of, it's full of stars. So she's creating her web through her desires, her sense of hope to achieve. So my current situation, I feel, is all about there's a sense of creative energy, this new creative energy coming through for me at this time. And it's definitely about creating this desires through the hope of achieving what I want. So I feel like there's a hope for this creative project in some way. There's a sense of hope coming through for me, which is quite strong. Oh, and I got the words facing shadows. Whatever that is, so I just write that down. Facing shadows. I like to write down what I'm initially seeing. So there's green, which is healing. Just because sometimes when I do these readings and then I go away, I forget what I've written, what my initial thoughts were. And then I have to go back and sort of listen to the video again a couple of times to sort of get everything through. Okay, so card number 3 is what I hope for or need to give myself permission to change. Three of Pipes is joint effort. Hope you can see that. Okay. Oh, there we go. Joint effort. Okay, so 3 is 3 of Pipes. Joint effort. So funny because I know I keep getting like the 3 of Swords and right away it's Smith with, not 3 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, sorry. 3 of Pentacles being a team effort. But 3 of Pipes in this seems to be about a sense of, I get expansion and growth. But knowing that I'm not alone. Part of community, if you like. Part of community. Team effort. To achieve results. So what do I need? It's like I need to give myself permission to ask for help. Or to be part of a team. It's interesting. So I need to so I don't have to be solitude. I don't have to do everything myself. Actually working with others. That's interesting. Okay, so card number 4 is how the outcome will look when I get there. How will the outcome look? And I get Chief of Pipes. Chief of Pipes. And that's interesting. So Chief of Pipes. Okay, so let me read that again. How the outcome will look when I get there. And he's got a real sense of peace about him, doesn't he? And seeking more knowledge. I got sense of peace, and the other one I got will be still seeking more knowledge. Silence. He's definitely sitting with some he's sitting in silence. So it might be important for me to to keep sitting in silence. I think I'm still seeking more knowledge, so still knowledge to be gained. And a sense of, I get a sense of new opportunities. So even when I get there, there will still be new opportunities, new knowledge, and it's all to do with projects. Sorry about that phone. New projects going on, and now he's got a shield and his bow at the back. I don't know if you can see that to the side there. New projects. It's interesting. So there's a sense of protection and hunting for more. So you can see how I sort of go through and have a look at the cards, write down some initial thoughts, and I can go back, and because you think of these things and then you forget if you don't write them down. So that's interesting. So the last one, number 5, is how do I actually get there? So how do I get there? Warrior of Shields. And that's a slow and steady progress. Straight away. Number 5. Warrior of Shields. And it was a slow and steady progress. And I always get Animal Whisperer in here, so I feel like I'm working with my animals, working with spirit animal. So maybe I get working with spirit animal, but I also get a sense of, because it's a dog, I get a sense of loyalty to self, but also loyalty to others seems important as well. Let's start looking at who I trust. Now there's a deer on his shield which stood out quite strongly, so that's the sense of being gentle. Being gentle, but also having stamina. Endurance. Well, that's interesting. I mean, there's so much more in these images that's going to take me some while. But basically, that's what I've done with the cards. So I've looked at excuse the cough. 1 of Pipes, my current situation with 1 and 2. So I get a sense of there's definitely some new beginnings, new ideas of creative energy, and it's really about hope and healing and creating my web, if you like, creating what I want to do to bring others. And it's like I want to be a part of, it's like creating within oneself and knowing what do I need to do. And I think that's permission to work with others, not be alone, knowing that I don't have to do this journey alone, that I can work with other people. It is a joint effort. So I think that's quite important for me, because I'm always finding I draw into myself really easy and I become this, I disconnect from everybody. So I have to remember to work with others. I think that's really important. And card number 4 was the Chief of Pipes. So what will it look like when I get there? And I feel like I will still be seeking. I'm still looking for more knowledge. I'll have to reminding me to sit in silence, to reflect, and know that there's new opportunities still to be offered to me, new projects, new knowledge to be gained. So that's interesting. And so how will I actually get there? It's a slow and steady progress. Working with spirit animals might be really important for me. Being loyal to myself and being loyal to others seems really important at this time, and to be really gentle as I go through this process and endure the journey, if you like. It's about having some stamina to get where I want to be, to achieve this result. So really interesting. Let me see if we can focus on the cards a bit more on this. Let's see if I can. There we go. Should have done that to begin with, shouldn't I? So you can see these cards as I move through this process. So really interesting to go through, make sure I'm doing this right. I feel like I've sort of, okay. So there's your pipe, spider, just like your stars. Know that I'm not alone. Joint effort. So really interesting when you look at it like that. Why don't I do this so that you can sort of see? I don't know whether it goes above it or below it. So really interesting. So I'm going to have to do some real reflecting on those cards, I think, and do a little bit more work in my journal with what I've done as I've gone through Here I Desire to Be spread by Jeff at Tattooed Spirit. Okay, so take care and blessed be. I can't wait to see more videos in regards to this video that Jeff did. I'm really looking forward to watching the rest of them as well, as I'm going to go through and hashtag and see the others that have done. Okay, take care and blessed be.